Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, so I'd like to welcome everyone to tonight's meeting of the Irondequoit Zoning Board. Hard to believe it's August already. Before we get underway, please take note of the fire exits. In the event of a fire, please move in a calm, or other emergency, please move in a calm and orderly fashion out the doors and down either the north or the south stairs, and do not use the elevator. Minutes of our meeting are being taken by Michelle, our secretary, for the purpose of a record and minutes, but not the purpose of a transcript. So when you come to the podium, if you would please identify yourself each time you come and speak into the microphone. Meeting minutes are not intended to be a verbatim record, only to indicate the sum and substance of the proceedings. The meeting is being recorded by our ICAT department and broadcast on Spectrum Channel 1303. We follow the items in the order that they appear on the agenda. Extra copies of the agenda are available on the table near the door. Once the case has been called, the applicant or their representative should come to the podium, identify themselves, state their address, pause to be sworn, and then present their case. During the presentation of the applicant's case, the members of the board have an opportunity to ask questions or engage in discussions in order to have a better understanding of the application and the relief being sought. Once that process is completed, we'll open it up for public input. Anyone wishing to speak to the board regarding the application should come to the podium, identify themselves and their address, and direct any and all comments to the board. Those speaking during the public input portion do not need to be sworn. Once the public input portion has been completed, the applicant or their representative will be given the opportunity to respond. There are 3 topics of public input: those in favor of the application, those in opposition to the application, and those that would just like to address some issue related to the case. Once all of that has been completed, I will close the public hearing and we'll continue on to the next case. After all the cases have been heard, the board will take a brief recess, then return to deliberate each case in the order in which they appear on the agenda and for which the applicants are still present. No further input is allowed at this point, but you're welcome to stay and listen to the deliberations. If you wish to leave, you can find out the results by calling the Planning and Zoning Department tomorrow morning after 9 a.m. or catching a rerun on Channel 1303. With that, we'll call the first and only case on our agenda tonight.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Case number ZB 2025-08-01. George and Christina Remmel are seeking an area variance to construct an accessory structure garage addition with less than required side setback on premises 360 Westchester Avenue in the R2 residential district. Mr. Remmel?
Okay, my name is George Remmel. I live at 360 Westchester Avenue in Irondequoit.
Would you raise your right hand? Do you swear or affirm that everything you say tonight will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Okay, thank you.
Michelle tells me I'm the only thing on the agenda, so I apologize for bringing all you guys out here just for this.
That's fine. That's what we signed up for.
Okay. There's been a change to the application that I submitted because I was talking with my neighbor, Mike Miller, next door, and he was having a hard time visualizing what I was planning on doing, so I put a mock-up up to kind of give him an idea. And he wasn't real keen on that, so we got together again, discussed it some more. I made some modifications to it, and he's okay with the current plan now. I've got an updated cover sheet if you guys would like to.
Sure.
Can I pass it out?
You can hand it to Mr. Johnson and it'll work its way down the...
there's 12 copies there, so.
I thought this was like the old thing, it was like, it's a lot of reading.
That happens. I was wondering the same thing.
What's that?
Did you get another motorcycle?
Yes. Can I have one of those?
Yes, sir.
There's a story behind that. I have 3 friends that are a bit older than I am, and they all had motorcycles that they decided that they couldn't ride anymore. So, me being a nice friend that I am, I decided to take them off their hands, and I bought all 3 of them. Actually, 2 of these guys had driven my first wife and I back from Florida nonstop. I'm sorry. So that she could have one more day in her own bed before she died. I'm sorry. So I really
Fine.
felt that I owed these guys something. So I bought the bikes, I took them off their hands, and that's that. So now I have 4 motorcycles.
Okay. So with the, I guess my question is, with the smaller extension, you're gonna be able to store everything in there?
Yes. The only reason I wanted, the original thing was that I thought I could go off a foundation wall that was there. But he didn't like that being that close to his property, so I moved it back. But I still have enough room for what I need to do. And I mean, you guys got the letter, I mean, I can read it to you, or,
We've read it.
okay. Yeah, the only changes are what's in red. Instead of 8'4", it's gonna be 7'4" from the house.
So there's gonna be a 4-foot setback.
It'll be 50 inches, actually, from his
50.
property.
Okay.
And actually, his property is 48 inches from my property line, so I'm actually further away than he is still.
Any members of the board have any questions or comments?
I have a question. Just wondering, what are you gonna do for the base or the footer?
I'm going to have professionally installed concrete sidewalk pavers.
Sidewalk pavers
Sidewalk pavers,
to
yeah.
hold up the walls? No footers?
I talked to somebody from here that said I could mount right to those pavers. Not from here, but on the phone sometime when I first started this application. And they said, yeah, I could just mount it to drill it into the sidewalk pavers.
Out of weight?
Well, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, but he'll have to get a building permit and the town will sign off on what his plans are, tell him if he can't do what he wants to do, right?
Correct. He will have to resubmit the building permit.
Yep.
Paperwork, because it was originally, proposed to be on top of the retaining wall.
Yes.
And the building inspector did ask him for, if he was gonna continue that route, engineered drawings to make sure that the retaining wall would support the addition. So now that he's
He's the
amending,
gentleman that told me I could mount it right to the sidewalk pavers.
that's our building inspector.
Okay.
So, he will have to resubmit now that it's changed.
Okay.
And if need be, I could sink some posts in there and do it that way too, whatever the permit requires.
The only thing we're concerned about is that it won't fall down.
Oh, it's not gonna fall down.
All right.
Are you gonna have gutters too?
Yes.
Is it gonna drain to the back, to the front? Which way
It'll
is it?
drain to the front,
To the front?
yeah. Yeah, that was one of the concerns Mike had too. He says, well, what if, he said, I've already got water in my basement and you're gonna, I said, well, I'm gonna have gutters. And he said, well, have you never seen gutters overflow? Not very often, but I can walk right along here and clean the leaves out if it does get plugged up, but, yeah, there'll be gutters. And if he's got water in the basement now, he's not because of me.
Any other questions? All right, then.
Thank you.
We'll open it up to public input. Anyone wishing to speak in favor of this application should come forward. Anyone speaking in opposition to this application should come forward. Step right up.
Hello, I'm Robert Farnon. I live at 396 Westchester Avenue, down the street a little bit. While I looked at, as I drove by today, I saw that cardboard, whatever, knock up, whatever, and I thought, yeah, it looked kind of close to the stone wall. And I was actually thinking for Mr. Miller, if that ever caught fire, his house is going to catch just like that, because it's not. It seems like that far away to me. But you said 50 inches. I didn't. Of course, I didn't stop or anything like that. I just looked quick and drove by. But then I thought too that if everyone starts going for variances, it'll open up the book where everyone's going to think they can go in and get a variance wherever for anything. I guess. I just like. I don't want everything to get crowded in, basically, into, like, so it's harder to get around, whatever. But he has a nice house, and I'm glad he does, because I have a couple houses on my street that could use a little work, and I like to sell maybe in a couple years and get out, and I just hope it doesn't hurt my sale of my house, basically. His place looks great. I'm talking about somebody else's. So, but anyways, that was just my main concern. Safety. And that's about it. You know, I have nothing against the man. He's a nice guy, and keeps his place up nice. So that's all I wanted to say.
All right, thank you, sir. Seeing as there's only two people here, it's pretty obvious there's no one else that wants to speak in favor or against, or just to talk about it. Is there anything, sir, that you'd like to say? Step right up, you get a chance.
Yeah, George Ramel again, 360 Westchester. Yeah, it actually is going to be 8 foot 2 inches separated. So I think that's quite a bit, considering the whole neighborhood. There's nobody that's. I mean, I went across the street, and there's a guy there right across the street from me. He's 24 inches from the property line to the guy next to him, and same thing on the other side. So, I mean, the whole neighborhood is. I don't think it's going to change the outlook of the neighborhood at all.
My guess is that the houses in your neighborhood were built before the zoning ordinance put in a side setback requirement.
Could be, yeah.
I mean, a lot of those houses in that neighborhood have been there a very long time.
Okay. Well,
And
again,
the zoning ordinance, relatively speaking, is fairly new.
to his
Was it
concern-
passed, Michelle, do we know? The zoning ordinance, when was it passed? In the 70s.
Okay, my house was built, I think, in the 50s.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
And,
but okay, to his concern, it is 8 foot 2 inches apart.
right. And that's, so that's, you know, sufficient distance. And we take every case on its own merits. Just because we grant a variance to one person doesn't mean that the next person who comes along will be given a variance. We go out, you may have seen us drive by and look at the property. We check out the neighborhood. We, you know, ask questions, and then we'll, you know, we decide whether, and the standard for a area variance is practical hardship, which means that if you're having an issue and you want to do something on your property, as long as it doesn't interfere unnecessarily with your neighbors or change the character of the neighborhood, then you'll stand a good chance of being able to do that, because it's a balance between the neighborhood and the individual property owners.
Yeah, because I could not afford to go buy someplace big enough for what I got with the property values now.
That's,
My house is paid for, so that's, I wouldn't want to move.
right, well, a lot of people say, oh, I can get a lot of money for my house now, and then but you also have to go and buy something else.
Yes.
And that's high too, so. All right, thank you, sir. I will close the hearing with respect to this case. Since it's the only case on the agenda, I don't think there's a need for a recess. So, does anyone wish to make a motion? Oh, first off, this is a type 2 action for seeker purposes. Does anyone wish to make a motion with respect to this application?
I'll make a motion that we approve the variance as stated, based on the following findings of fact. Change in the neighborhood, there won't be much change, considering right across the street, there are many houses with very, very small side setbacks. Alternative solutions, you'd have to build in front of the house, as he states in the letter, or possibly behind it. Build in front, you would lose that driveway space. There'll be no environmental impact because the gutters will be going to the front of the house, directly on his property line. And the situation is self-created, but other than that, there would be no other way to store the now 4 motorcycles and lawn equipment.
Second.
I think Mr. Johnson beat you to it. All right, any discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed?
Yes.
Any abstentions? Motion carries. 6 votes in favor, 1 opposed, no abstentions. No members of the board are absent. And that concludes the matter regarding that case.
Mr. Chair,
Yes.
for the record, do you want to mention the amended? Seeing as though the application changed?
Well, he mentioned it when he was presenting his case, that he's
Okay.
amended it from a 36-inch setback to a 48-inch setback, so it's set back a foot further than he was originally planning.
I thought he said 50, but okay. 48?
Well, 48 is what was in the letter, but, you know,
I would end up being 50 inches back, but.
that's why they tell you to measure 3 times before you cut. Sometimes it's 48, sometimes it's 50, might be 49 in between, you never know.
So I'll indicate in the minutes that it's 48 inches, not 50.
Yes, 48 is what, 48 was the, in the letter, and
Letter.
that's, yeah.
Okay.
That
I
would be
just
the
want to,
var-
I just want to get it straight for the building inspector, sir.
Understood, thank you. One last piece of business, everyone should have received the minutes from the July 7th meeting. Did everyone have a chance to review those, and does anyone have any suggestions for revisions or additions, deletions? That was our chicken night. And I'll make a motion that we approve the minutes of the July 7th meeting as prepared. Is there a second? All those, any discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Any abstentions? Motion carries, 7 votes in favor, no opposed, no abstentions. And that concludes everything on our agenda tonight. Motion to adjourn.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Motion carries, 7 votes in favor, no opposed, no abstentions. We are adjourned.